Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today for your task number 5, it is going to ask you to calculate the midpoint. And a lot of you are probably like, we haven't done this yet, Mrs. Meyer. And guess what, guys? It's okay. I bet you if you read through it and you look at the formula, you'll have no problems figuring out how to find midpoint. But I do want to talk just a little bit about it. And the midpoint, if you think about it, is just where is the halfway point on your coordinate grid. So let's say, for example, this is your map, and the very first thing you're supposed to do is find the midpoint between the help center and water slide 1. So we would take this line here, and our task is to find out where is the halfway mark. Mrs. Corden, our supervisor, she wants to put little rest areas between all of these midpoints. So we need to figure out where it's located. And when you take the middle of something, it's kind of like we know it's going to be somewhere in this area on this line, somewhere in here. So we know what we're looking for. If you think of midpoint, I kind of think of average. When you find the average of something, you're finding the middle, right? Mean, median, mode. You're looking for the middle of your data. It's the same thing here. We're looking for the middle between those two lines. So if you look at the formula, it actually looks very familiar to how we average something. We add the x's, divide by 2. Add the y's, divide by 2. By finding the average of the x's and the average of the y's, you're going to find the coordinate that is right in the middle. So that's the midpoint formula. Let's just quickly take a look at an example, and then you should be good to go for the rest of your tasks for today. So here is the one we're going to look at right now. And I have this line, and here are the distance, the two ordered pairs on your on the line, and we just want to find the distance. Well, we find the average of our x values. So here is our x values: x1, y, x2, y1, y2. Just going to label them so we see them. So we're going to start with the x values. So I'm going to find where the x coordinate lies. So we're going to take the -4 plus 5 and divide it by 2. -4 plus 5 is a positive 1 over 2. So the midpoint, the x value midpoint is at 1/2, which simplifies to 0.5 if you need to have the decimal. So that we know on this graph here that we know 0.5, make sure I'm on the screen all over the place here, 0.5 is right about here. Now we're going to do the same thing with the y value. Take the y, and then we have, we'll do -1 plus 3 divided by 2. And -1 plus 3 is 2. 2 over 2 divided by 2 equals 1. So we know that the y from here, we're going to go up 1. And there, keep coming off the map, sorry guys. So I go up 1, and right there on my map, that would be the midpoint. The midpoint would be located at 0.5, comma 1. There is my answer for the midpoint. A nice way that I like to remember midpoint, of course, is I do a little cheer, and the cheer goes something like this. Wish I had my pom-poms for you. Midpoint, midpoint, what do? Add the x's and divide by 2. Midpoint, midpoint, what do? Add the y's and divide by 2. It's just a quick little cheer, something that you can have fun with today. So you're going to be finding the midpoints now, the halfway marks on each of your tasks, and you're going to be marking them with, I see that there's a typo on here, not blue points, but they are going to be green. So you're going to need a green colored pencil to mark the halfway points, and they should, that dot should fall on your line. If you can't find that coordinate and it doesn't line directly on the line that you are drawing, then you did something mathematically wrong. So you're going to have to check. So that should fall somewhere in here, and it should fall directly on the line. Otherwise, you calculated something wrong, or maybe you drew your line, it wasn't as straight as it was supposed to be. So that's your first task. Your task number 6 is really simple. You are just now going to calculate slope using the slope formula, the difference of the y's and the difference of the x, also known as rise over run. Divide the two and then reduce. You've got slope, 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 slope. So anyways, Got the idea. So both of them, one has a cheer, one has a song. Slope you've done a million times before. You take the difference of the y's, the difference of the x's. Be careful, the order does matter in your ordered pair, and find your slope. Read the situation and find out why you're using slope also, and I'll let you do that on your own. So those are your 2 tasks for today. If you finish those tasks early, then any remaining time can be decorating and drawing out your map and helping your partner. All right, good luck today, guys, and see you next week. Bye.